we're here talking to Peter, who's one of our champions from the Merrimack State School. Peter, I'm going to ask you all the hard questions today. The first one is, how did you get 2 of your team through to the Final Four? That's pretty impressive.
It was all the students. They're just amazing with everything that they've been doing.
And what was it like? What sort of format did you set up with them for the early challenges? Was there some sort of club or group that was formed, and what did that look like?
They all sacrifice their morning teas and lunch times, so can't basically sing their praises enough.
And was there certain key figures within that student group that were kind of driving that, or were they all motivated together?
I'd say each group has 1 or 2 very highly accomplished students, but it was all group effort.
Yeah, wow. And some of those individual students, were they kind of the ones that were right into the tech, or were they much better at organising and just getting the group to work together? What do you think the secret sauce was?
Literally column A and column B.
Together, yeah, right. So you had those unique individuals that had the technical knowledge, got the group together and really worked to solve the problems.
Delegated work, yeah.
It's really interesting now because we're walking the floors, and I think we've got some teams very close to solving today's round 3 live challenge. And I know that some of them are hitting a few little roadblocks in terms of they're getting a bit stuck. Did you find that happened through the early rounds with your students?
Yep. They get stuck, then they go off, think about it for a day or 2, and then come back, tackle it a bit differently, and got around it eventually.
I was just about to ask you how they got unstuck, but so the secret is go away, think it through, and then come back.
Yep.
As a teacher, did you have to provide much support to those teams, and if so, what did that look like?
Just keep the room open and keep the discussion going half the time. So,
when you say keep the discussion going, did you find yourself asking key questions, or were they coming from the students?
In terms of me, I was literally just tracking their progress because they did things that I cannot even fathom.
What's an example of one of those things? Because I see the same with the students. They do things and I go, that's amazing. I wouldn't have even thought of doing that. Have you got an example of something that they might have done that just sort of blew your mind?
Yep. So a lot of them were part of another competition that used to run, CyberPathways. So they were familiar with things along the lines of virtual machines and Kali Linux and everything. So they would actually bring that into the discussion and have it installed. And then eventually because it's all new to me, I'd say, can you show me what you guys did? And they're like, yeah, we did this. This is the reason why I picked this OS and all that. So, yeah. So
that previous CTF experience really helped with their engagement challenge.
Oh, definitely.
That's amazing. Do you think that Merrimack will put further teams into future competitions?
Definitely. Yeah.
And why do you think that is? Like, what from your perspective are the benefits that the students get?
It's really good to be connected to real world problems, real world solutions, seeing them actually tackle stuff that's literally really important right now and Australia needs in the workforce at the moment. But also just seeing them reach that higher order of thinking and really employing those STEM and STEAM related skills.
I think that's really interesting because the next question I want to ask you is, what do you think are the skills that the students have developed here? I mean, you've touched on a few things, and is it the real techie skills, or is it the collaboration, the soft skills, the communication as well that you've seen them growing?
All of the above, as well as just thinking outside the box, looking into things that they've never seen before, and just knowing themselves and their capabilities.
That's fantastic. Last question I'd like to ask you, Peter, is can you give any advice or I guess make any comments to other teachers or schools that are thinking of getting their students involved in a cybersecurity challenge like this?
Yeah, try to let students go as much as they want and have free reign with their skills because obviously dial it back to where it gets a bit too troublesome, but just having that freedom to be able to research the stuff that they actually love. I think that's it.
Good advice. I just want to do a really big thank you again to Peter and the Merrimack students and the school's involvement because it is pretty amazing to see you put so many teams in and so many of those teams do so well and to get 2 of those teams into the final is pretty amazing.